Welcome to Day in the Life of Building a Family Farm. Before we feed ourselves, we gotta make sure all the animals are fed. We just had our last frost of the year, so that means it's warming up. I just got the email last night that our 150 chickens have been shipped. And today we need to get our brooder ready for these chickens that are coming. And things are slowly starting to come back to life. We had to close up our greenhouse the last few nights because of frost. We have been planting more and more in the greenhouse, mainly leafy greens, cabbages, and we just put in tomatoes in the ground. Plus we have more seeds that we just started.
So next is the peppers. The peppers are going in these two beds, but I'm waiting on the drip lines.
Did you see that turkey? This is the start of our busy time of year of growing food and raising our animals and trying to stay ahead of it all. Okay, we just got the email yesterday that our baby chicks has just been shipped from McMurray Hatchery. What I'm not liking is that it's really windy right now. So we're supposed to get 150 chickens today. So I'm gonna set up this brooder area and I'm gonna show you guys what that looks like. Now this is our first time raising this many chickens at one time. Typically we'll do maybe 60. It's crazy windy right now. So we're gonna put like a barrier so that way the chicks are not on the grass but on this tarp. And then I've got, this is about a 1/4 inch plywood that I ripped down to 16 inches wide. This is one full sheet of plywood.
And now if you grab your board, and it's gonna go here and then
Alright, so now we're making a circle with these. And then we're going to use these clamps. Alright, it's like a swimming pool. So I'm going to put a layer of straw. They're going to be in here for 3 weeks. It's warming up. We already had our last frost. Alright, then we're going to use some pine shavings. All right, now for the brooder box that I made with the light.
oh, there's a spider on that.
So my thought is that so this piece of wood is going to be a barrier to wind. It's going to keep them more contained so that they're not like going out in the corners of this whole big thing.
Where do you want the light? You want the light on that end?
Yes. in a way, this is kind of an experiment for us. I gotta experiment on 150 chickens. I can't just do like 20. To see if this works. See if we could do this outside. See how this setup goes. We got the light on. Might have to put some kind of cage around that.
I was thinking for a cage, what if you use this mesh and then you start it here and then it goes all the way to the top, so there's nowhere for them to sit on top of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Eventually the chickens are gonna get big enough they'll probably hop out of this thing. And at that point, maybe we take away this little wall here. We're gonna warm this up. So the whole idea with this is that this is just enough for them to go underneath because they're still little. It kind of acts like a mother hen sitting on her baby chicks. And then as they get older, we could throw some blocks on the corners and then raise it up a little bit. Also with the roundness, it prevents the chickens from huddling in one corner because they tend to do that. They'll all get into one corner and huddle up if they're cold, and then they could possibly, some get crushed. I'm gonna put a piece of insulation on top. This is we gotta play with also. Might take this off or leave it on. Also, you don't want chickens to be pecking at this. I mean, really what I'm concerned about is their first 2 weeks. After that, they get pretty hardy. They get hardier every week, but when they start hopping out of this thing and flying, and they might hop onto this thing, you know, then it's time to adjust. I will put a weight on it. Not fly away. All right, now the waters and the feeders, we're gonna put it just on the outside of this. Oh, come on. You don't want to be in here. Wow, this seems kind of nuts. But, you know, we're trying to sell chicken. We're trying to grow a business here. And, you know, we're just trying to do it also without getting into huge amounts of debt. You got to start somewhere, right? And since we have this chicken tractor, you know, let's figure this stuff out. So we've got a water there, one there. I raised it up a little bit because of the bricks. I didn't think it would, but it sunk down some inside the bedding, which I thought it was a little bit too low. I don't know, guys. I have my doubts about this brooder setup here, especially with the light. I'm talking about this. So I just built this yesterday. And I mean, I'm feeling some heat there on this side. That's a 250 watt bulb. I do have a 125 watt that I was gonna use, but then I switched it out for the 250 because I feel like it wasn't hot enough. I mean, the lights on this side, down here, I mean, I feel a little bit of heat, not much.
So maybe just put a tarp just on this side.
Yeah.
Because that's where the wind is coming in. I mean, I think if we didn't have this wind, it wouldn't be so cold today.
I mean, it's like 60, mid 60s right now. I think it's not going to be windy all night. It's supposed to die down here soon. Well, here it goes. This is about as ready as we ever going to be for 150 chicks. Well, there they are, guys. They're here. Hey, meatballs. All right.
No good ones. They all look good.
All right, let's get these guys in. Hey, chickens. We like to dip beaks. Makes them aware of where their water's at.
Are you counting them?
Oh, that's 3. McMurray hatched these out yesterday. So I think Mondays are typically their mailing days and their hatch days. So they hatch and they send all the chicks out all on the same day. You don't do this one.
Oh, 150. I was like, oh my gosh. So 80.
Oh my gosh. What is this, a pet store?
Lost count. So 120.
154?
And one died.
One died.
Yeah, so they sent us 5 extra.
Right on, McMurray. Thank you. I don't know. They all look good.
Yeah, they all look healthy. They're feisty.
Yeah, they all look good. Look at them.
Yeah.
They're excited.
Yeah, they're drinking water.
Yeah, some kind of plexiglass clear top would be awesome. So you could look inside of it. Wow, look at all these chickens. You ready for this, Lorraine? Ready or not, here we come. Man. It almost seems like, is this even a big enough area for them?
Yeah, I don't know, Jason, because I think once they start getting a little bit older,
Yeah.
we're going to have to, I see us removing this soon.
Yeah.
I still don't think that, I think that they're too big to fit through those holes, because we were worried about that. I mean, their heads can fit, but not, their bodies can't fit.
Yeah. Their corners crosses. If they were egg layers, then maybe. This is crazy, guys. I can't believe we have this many chickens right now. A peace of mind is everything. And I don't have a peace of mind with this setup. I just don't think it's getting hot enough in there. So I think I'm gonna add another heat lamp. And I'm gonna open up the top. Oh, they're in there.
Let me see.
They're huddling.
Let's see. Oh, yeah.
Oh, they're huddling. Look at that. They're in there. They're huddling. I mean, it feels warm.
So the problem is, I don't know if they know to go in there because they're huddling out here too, and that's not going to keep them warm.
Come on, little guy.
Everybody go in there. You know, thinking that they need to stay warm. What? There you go.
There we are. They're huddling. Some of them are spread out. Yeah, going from 60 to 150, that's a different ballgame, man. It feels different. It's even more nerve-wracking. And now for our final version of today's brooder, we have this. I just went away with that lamp and I just put 2 hanging heat lamps in there. I didn't like how they were huddling up, and now I think it's better. You still got some that are just still hanging out. They're not so crowded anymore, and I think it's just warmer in there. Straw bales are up to block some of the wind, and the wind is dying down, so that's good. As much as I really wanted to use that setup, the original setup, I just didn't feel comfortable with it. I didn't feel like it was hot enough for them. I have more peace of mind with this setup. The box I love. I like how they could go in there. I like this. I like everything about it except for that heat light. But I was thinking, you know, maybe this, because this is kind of lower, and it has this heavy duty tarp, that this is gonna help with the heat. So, you know, these are the growing pains. These are the things that you got to work through when you're trying to grow more and trying to grow to sell and grow for profit. Now let's hope that no rats come in here. Okay, so it's the next morning and I could not sleep a wink last night. I was so worried about these chicks. The wind definitely stopped last night, which is great. I think it maybe got down to 41 degrees. So before I forget, we are having 2 chicken processing workshops here on our farm next month. So there's still tickets available for that. I'll head on over to our website for that. So if you guys just want to learn how to process a chicken for yourselves, for your family, be more self-sufficient, or you just want the experience of doing it, I'll leave the link down below if you guys want to sign up. Plus we have new hats in, guys, on our website. All right, let's check the meatballs. First morning. Hey meatballs. So I'm very glad I put in 2 heat lamps. I ended up putting on that 3rd heat lamp. I ended up putting in that one since it was already there, already set up. I just plugged it in. Now we can always expect to lose some. That's normal. With this many, I'm almost expecting to lose maybe 10. But everybody looks good. Look at that. I'm not seeing any deaths here. They all look pretty warm. Again, the sun's coming out today. It's gonna get warmer. I really wanted to keep the original setup on this with a 1 light, but I just did not feel comfortable. My spidey senses were saying you need to add more heat, and I'm sure glad I did. It was just a little bit peace of mind for me. And I think the chickens overall did better last night because they were able to spread out. They weren't huddled under one area. And with this many chickens, if that happens, you're gonna get chickens who die because they're just gonna be suffocating on each other, and you don't want that. Try to limit the huddleness. I love the circle. I like that. But again, these are Cornish crosses. They're gonna grow super fast. I would say 3 weeks, they're out of here. And we're gonna be moving them on grass for the rest of their lives. But until then, I'm almost thinking maybe week 2. I mean, we're gonna monitor this, right? Like, maybe not, maybe so, but we're gonna remove this and then let them roam around the entire chicken coop. I also think that this setup, it seems more healthier for the chickens than inside an enclosed brooder box. You know, they're just outside. They're in the fresh air. There's more airflow going through this. They're getting sunlight. Once we remove this, they'll have access to the grass earlier than if they were inside a boxed brooder. But, you know, this is us just growing and trying to figure this stuff out as we want to sell chicken and grow more chickens at a time. Another thing I'm working on, I started yesterday already, is putting in this wire mesh on the outside, because this wire that it's on, I just think it's just a little bit too big. Definitely a raccoon can stick their hand in there and pull out a chicken. A rat could go in there, snakes, I mean, everything wants to eat a chicken, right? Including us. Some existing mesh I had zip tied to the outside. I'm probably gonna end up doing this through the entire outside of this coop. So exciting things on the farm going on. Very busy time of year for us, but let's keep it going. Thank you guys for being here, and we'll see you guys on the next video.